Hiya guys, welcome back to my channel. DA's lies. DA's lies and being two-faced. That is very much of a problem, especially after Karabo Khao exposed the Minister of Education, especially after the appointment of 3 ANC members as SETA administrators. He said that those appointments were not good appointments because that was cadre deployment and that those people have the dark cloud of corruption following them. And the same Karabo is the same Karabo that is supporting the DA member that has been implicated in the Madlanga Commission, is saying that that member is there's nothing wrong that she did. Mkhwanazi needs to provide evidence. In this video, I wanted us to explore everything that has happened thus far with regards to the Minister of Higher Education and the DA's response to the Madlanga Commission. So, weeks ago, Karabo Khao exposed that the Minister of Higher Education has appointed 2 administrators who have been accused of corruption. And it even went to a point whereby it is said that the minister is trying to follow the same precedent as the former minister Nkabane or Nobuhle Nkabane. And this is what happened yesterday because Sihle came guns blazing. And these are the proceedings that took place yesterday.
Make this point because I think perhaps we sound like we're tiptoeing around it. Minister, we don't want ANC comrades in our sitters. We don't want them. So I don't want us to, that's our view. I don't want us to create an impression now that we're having this halapalu because we're in this mess because of those very comrades. Because the fact of the matter is that their loyalty lies with the party, not the young people and the youth of this country. We've got many commissions, you're an organization of commissions that have pointed to the fact that at the center of maladministration, at the center of bad governance, at the center of corruption and stealing in our state institutions, it's the very comrades who use those funds and channel them back to their political organizations. So many men, women, many of them in South Africa who have gone to school, they don't sit in ANC meetings, they don't sit in meetings of the South African Communist Party, but they are competent, patriotic men and women who have got the necessary skill to come and steer this country into the right direction. Already as ANC, you are the political leaders. You are there to give the political guidance. You are a minister, you are South African Communist Party, you are ANC. It's okay, you're already there. But now you even want to come and politicize administration and officials. So I want us to make that clear because I heard that previously Honorable Govani was trying to...
The minister obviously responded to Sihle questions that he asked, and the response was mostly around the thing of he did everything according to the book, he advertised the post, there were interviews, and those 3 just so happened that all 3 ANC members qualified. Shocking, right? This is what the minister said.
A miracle if you would want, or agree with an ANC member serving anywhere. I even doubt if you agree that, any of us should be in the executive as the ANC. And that's why you contest as a political party, as the EFF. You contest against the ANC. I also agree with you that we, should not appoint people on the basis of their political lineage. Otherwise, if that were to be the case, hundreds of thousands of...
Sorry, Chairperson, I didn't ask the minister these things he's telling me. I didn't ask the minister
you made a political statement.
He agrees with me.
You made a political statement.
I asked, we're here to ask
affairs that there may have been, wrongdoing on our part in having appointed the people that we did. Now, as it relates to the questions that he asked. Firstly, as I said, that the appointment of the administrators were not arbitrary. I cannot be dishonest if I cannot make a recollection. All I'm saying to you is that I don't have a recollection, and that I will, if the chair prefers in writing, I can send to you the people that I looked at in terms of their competence, and over and above that, to show that we looked at, more than 3 people for this responsibility.
This is very questionable, guys, because the question that I have is that, are you telling me that out of all the applications that were there, it is those people that qualify? And what's so shocking about this whole process is that, it's unfair that Bosihle Lonzi and everybody else in parliament is not going to be able to get their hands on the CVs. But I'm very curious to see if whether those assertions are true, whether those people who were appointed were the only ones that were qualifying to be administrators, especially considering the high unemployment rate in South Africa and graduates very much qualified and have the skills being unemployed and sitting at home. Another thing is that whenever you apply for a job in government, you take fingerprints, guys. Even having a bad credit record might make you to not get the job. There's times whereby I applied for a government post, and when I inquired further, because they don't even come, when you're not a successful candidate, they don't even come and call you. And at that time, I had a debt. And I couldn't pay that debt because I was unemployed. And I took the fingerprints. And I think one of the reasons that made them to not take me to not get the job is because of my fingerprints and the fact that my credit score was not all good at that time. And I think that the requirements for you to get the job are very strict. I even spoke to one of the people that were in charge of the process of applications and everything, and they did say that you need to have quite a clean record. Now we have people working for the government in a government institution being accused of corruption, but they still are able to work for government. How? When you with your Mr. Price, that Mr. Price account is the reason why you're not getting that job. Actually, what happens is that it was the intention of the ANC. If you didn't know, while we're busy with Mkhwanazi, the ANC was intending on ensuring that the fees that you couldn't pay in varsity, you get blacklisted for those fees. Something that is helping you to get education. They wanted to blacklist you so that you don't get jobs in government. We are talking about that type of government. But the very government is harboring criminals that are implicated in corruption, that have been imprisoned before, but they have ministerial positions in government. So this thing of fingerprints in government, I don't know whom does it apply to. It applies to everybody, but not the cadres of the ANC or the cadres or that are associated with certain political parties. You see the unfairness in all of this process. So it is annoying that they want to scream corruption to us, that they disqualify you for fingerprints and finding out that you are owing Mr. Price and you are owing West University or you are owing UNISA or UCT. But they are comrades who are implicated in serious lootings and money and fraud. They still hold serious positions in CETAs and in courts and everything. So the minister failed to answer. He failed dismally to answer Sihle Lonzi. Instead, he used the fact that these people have not been convicted. Therefore, if they've not been convicted and found guilty, he will not now disqualify them because of that. They qualify since they're the ones who applied and they have the prerequisite qualifications and experience. That's what your minister said when he was asked. Then how came Karabo and asked about the very same administrators, the 3 administrators. And the minister answered and spoke about the fact that there's no judgment against these people, right? There's no court judgment. This is how the minister responded to Karabo.
But on the other hand, you are suggesting that we should exclude people from being considered as administrators when there's not been any judicial finding against them. I would deem that to be, quite unfair. And I think getting that from, someone who belongs to the Democratic Alliance, a liberal political party, to suggest that we should not consider anybody on the basis that there are allegations against them. I think that it would be unfair, it would be unjust.
Which is the same response that Karabo used when it comes to Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi and their member, who's implicated in the Madlanga Commission, who has been interfering in the Western Cape with the work of the police. The very same Cow is now using the very same method that Buti is using. When Buti is using it, it's a problem, but when this lady uses it, it's normal, it's the DA, nothing is wrong. Who's fooling who here? Who's actually wrong in agreement? Before we can continue, let me just play you guys the clip from How actually saying that the general needs to provide evidence. The general cannot just come and make allegations without the evidence. We need the evidence. Let me just play you that clip.
That if any accusations of such nature are made, that it is important that evidence is presented to back this up. What Diane has presented to the party we believe to be true.
Will she be
and
presenting
if
herself before the inquiry?
Pardon? Say this again.
Will she be presenting herself before the inquiry? You've discussed believing in the rule of law. I'm not sure if you can hear me, Karabo. But will she then be coming to, rebut the allegations made by Mkhwanazi before this very inquiry?
Yes. So if indeed that is the requirement, she'll obviously then comply with the requirements of the law to refute those claims or not. This is something that we're well in conversation with the whippery of ourselves in Parliament and our leadership. So if there is a requirement at all in law for her to do such, she will do such. So, but the point I'm making here, Zianda, is Ndata Mkhwanazi bears the responsibility of proving this. And only if he can prove that this is true, then we will have a separate conversation. It is not right that we can just make allegations, and if on the side of from where we are standing, the evidence shows us that Diane is telling the truth and that Ndata Mkhwanazi is not, then we can't suspend her until...
Oh, Walena, do you hear what she's saying, this lady? The very same lady that wanted accountability about ANC appointments, which are arbitrary. Now she says, no, you're innocent until proven guilty. It only applies to them as the DA. What crazy nonsense is this? And you know what, guys? It's not just the DA through the How. Because How is the spokesperson of the DA, meaning it's the DA stance that Mkhwanazi needs to prove. There's also media articles that Mkhwanazi didn't come with hard evidence. Yeah, Times Live, it says that Mkhwanazi did not come with solid evidence. He lacked evidence, solid evidence. And it's not the only one, even the NPA, the National Director of Public Prosecution, Shamila Batoyi, says that everything that Mkhwanazi said is not verified, meaning it's not conclusive. We need to take it with caution. What's going on? What's going on? Everybody implicated that defending themselves by saying there's no enough evidence, but they were able to prosecute Jacob Zuma. They were able to say that Zuma, you were guilty. What's going on? What's going on? No one said anything. No one said hardcore evidence like you are guilty, but because white people are implicated in corruption, and specifically the DA is implicated in corruption. Oh no, they are wrong. It's fine when black people from the ANC are implicated. It's fine when Julius Malema is implicated. It's fine when Jacob Zuma is implicated. It's fine when anyone who doesn't serve the interest of white elites, who is not a neoliberalist, all of that, if they are not that, then they are guilty. But if Ramaphosa is guilty, they hide evidence. If but white people in the DA are found guilty, it's no, we need evidence. Who's fooling who? Who is wrong? Which one is the battery in acrimony? Which one is the battery? Which one is the cheating? Which one is that lady in the acrimony? Actually, who is the wrong one? So I just don't get this two-facedness from political parties. It seems like we are the fools here. Clearly we are the fools, because politicians, they push their agenda. When they want answers from the NC, they seem as if they don't do such things, but when these things are now facing them, it's like that question of, but no, it doesn't apply to us, or no, the situation is quite different. No, it's the same thing. If you do not want corruption, you deal with it decisively. If your members are accused of corruption, you deal with them decisively. You don't just come and say, after evidence, then we will do. After evidence? How come is that even possible? Like, how do you say that you're waiting for... Okay, even with these guys, let us then wait for judgment. These three administrators. The DA has no ground, no local standing whatsoever to challenge the NC. In my conclusion, they're as rotten as the NC. They are shielding and harboring corruption in their political parties. It's as simple as that. I don't like it when we are being gaslighted. I don't like it when there's gaslighting from the political parties. I don't like it when they are using this method of innocent until proven guilty, of which that's what the law of South Africa says, innocent until proven guilty. But sometimes these parties, they apply that when they like, and when their friends and comrades are implicated, that thing doesn't apply. But there's a lot of people whom are being found guilty before they're even proven guilty. There's people that have even already judged Mkhwanazi, and Mkhwanazi is lying. There's people that have, I don't know, I just don't get this two-facedness from the political parties. And that's what these political parties are making us to be like. We don't even know which is which. We just follow the wind wherever it takes us. Nonetheless, guys, let me hear your thoughts. Tell me what you think about How, about Buti Manamela, about Sihle Lonzi, everything that's happening there in the CETAs, and also this crazy reply from the DA saying that Mkhwanazi must come with evidence. Mkhwanazi has never went and accused someone without evidence. There is overwhelming evidence. Mkhwanazi does not have time to play. I just think that the DA is trying to make sure that their member is not found guilty. I don't know. Please comment your thoughts. Tell me what you think about this whole thing.